Well, hi guys. Welcome back to another episode of Media Diet, the show where we just talk about kind of what we've been watching, consuming, entertaining ourselves with this week. I am Corinne, and with me is...
Alan. I'm Alan.
Lovely Alan. So before we got onto the podcast, Alan and I had a rousing conversation about one of America's favorite TV shows at the moment, Love is Blind. So I think first and foremost, how much do you hate Shake?
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
10 being the worst, 1 being he's pretty good. I have to say a 9.
Ooh, that's low in my opinion.
Okay, I figured it would be.
I think Shake might be like one of the best villains on television currently. It was a lead up to that, oh, you are a horrible man.
Yeah, I mean, I knew why he was there on the show, and that's why I kind of liked him. He was just kind of trolling everybody. And I don't have an issue with him. Okay, so if you don't know, Love is Blind, you got a bunch of different people, boys and girls. They date in these pods without ever seeing anybody. It's all through conversation. They get to know these people on a deeper emotional level. I think it's great. It's very interesting to watch, obviously. And Shake was this guy on the show who was very much after looks in the show, which doesn't really add up.
And from the jump was very much like trying to lead the conversation of, hey, could I put you on my shoulders at a music festival? Like, how much do you weigh? Just, red flags left, right, and center.
And so you already knew what kind of guy he was. And with all that information that they all know now, I didn't disagree with the fact that, okay, he wasn't attracted to Deep D.
Yeah. And that's fine. You're
physically.
Not,
it's kind of the way he went about it.
Yeah. If he had just been open and like, you know what? I am so sorry. You're a wonderful person, but I am simply not attracted to you.
Right.
We can work through this and be friends instead of just gaslighting the ever-loving out of her and seemingly everyone.
It was, it's not. So what would your score be then?
Oh, a 9.9.
Okay. Why not just a 10?
Just because Hitler existed.
Sure.
And right now Putin's doing his thing. So
right. Hard.
He's not a dictator. He's just a dick.
That's the truth.
It's the truth. I did hear some behind the scenes gossip. There were 2 other couples that were not featured on the show.
Oh.
That didn't go to Mexico.
Now, I was wondering that the whole show, because I'm like, there's all these other people. Surely there are other couples.
Can you imagine being like, okay, I'm taking a sabbatical from work. I am not going to be able to talk to my friends or family for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I'm not featured and I didn't find love. Damn.
Well, did they end up together?
There's 2 couples that I don't know if they're still together, but went on from the show and the producers were like, hey, we're happy for you guys, but you're not going to do the rest of this thing with us.
Yeah, that's kind of brutal.
Do you think that Love is Blind is a good, does it work? Would you ever go, I know you're happily married.
Yeah. But the thing is, the way I see it, okay, from I'm 23 and I'm married, so I'm younger than most at that stage. But the way you kind of look at it is, I think a lot of these people are just dating around just to have fun, which, of course is great. But I think any normal person that's like, okay, I want a married relationship, they're going to try to connect on the emotional level. They know that they're not trying to connect on just a physical level. So that to me is kind of a given. So I guess for most of these people, they weren't looking for that before, and now they've kind of realized that. Mm-hmm. So I think it's great for certain people. So yeah, I think there's a level of this works truly.
So you think Love is Blind?
I mean, I guess so.
Who was your favorite couple?
I mean, definitely Natalie and Shane.
Same.
Sadly.
But I don't know if it's because I liked them as a couple or if I just really liked Natalie. And she made Shane seem like a normal human, and then he very clearly is.
crazy.
something else.
But at his core, I think he's very soft and right intentions. He was just kind of like all over the place, wacky. I would say that's a word to describe him. Wacky.
Wacky. Yeah. Do you watch other reality TV shows? In the office, I'm kind of the only reality TV show junkie, let's say. Big fan of all of it. So I don't have many people to talk to. So I'm honestly surprised you've watched Love is Blind. I'm assuming this is the wife's influence.
It was. We watched season 1. I mean, reality TV is entertaining, obviously, because you're just like, these people exist and they're serious.
These are real humans doing these real things.
And we're like, Meg has been kind of in on some of these YouTube reality shows. So like a lot of like YouTubers and TikTokers that get put on these like reality shows of like, they play like games and stuff and they're in these houses.
I have not heard about. Oh, like a TikTok house.
Yeah. Well, it's different.
Okay. See, I am not 23, let's say.
Yeah.
So I am not as cool as you, and I don't know what this is.
I didn't know it existed. I don't know who any of them are, but Meg started watching it because she just thinks it's entertaining. Same reason why you watch Real Housewives and all those other shows.
Summer House, man. I wish we could talk about Summer House. Ooh.
So they're out there on YouTube. I don't know the name, so I can't recommend it to you, unfortunately. But yeah, they're I catch glimpses of them, and then they show up. She watches them on my YouTube account, so then they show up in my my recommended, which it's great. Yeah,
marriage.
Yeah. So,
but other than that, you're not a reality TV
here and
consumer.
There. Bachelor here and there.
Have you watched any of this? I mean, The Bachelor just wrapped up.
Yeah, I did.
Lots of drama, lots of gossip. I did not watch this season, mostly because I found Clayton to be not exciting enough to watch.
It's Clayton, you know.
With a name like Clayton.
Yeah. or too savage.
I mean, again, love is not blind.
No.
Clayton might be, because he made some bad choices.
Oh, Clayton. Come on, man.
For a moment, when I was in my 20s, multiple friends did submit me for The Bachelor.
Oh, you have to. Oop. I mean, are you even a friend if you haven't submitted your other friend for The Bachelor?
It's true. If you are like 23 and your friend is somewhat attractive and they're single, submit them for The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. A guy can get on that show so easily.
Take the photos, get him on a motorcycle.
If you were going to be on a reality TV show, which one would it be?
Oh, gosh. I don't even...
Like a Survivor?
No, I would not. I would not last a second on there. I prefer comfort. Reality.
Maybe like a cooking show. I feel like you could do like a Chopped.
Chopped. I love watching Chopped. I haven't watched it in a very long time, but that was one of my favorite shows. That would be fun. I enjoy cooking. Under Pressure, though, it's kind of stressful.
High risk, high reward.
10 grand, is it high reward?
True. Like 10 grand isn't that much.
After taxes, you're looking at probably like 6 grand. Like, is it worth it?
Like 10 years ago when that show started, okay, 10 grand. Now it's like, that's like a lot to do.
That and Fear Factor. 50K for all that nasty crap? No.
R.I.P. Fear Factor. I mean, the start of Joe Rogan.
We're going to be like you one day on a pod with millions of subscribers.
And lots of people just to hate us.
Yeah. But that means you're on top.
It's true. You can't be the best if you don't have haters.
There you go.
Mike in the background just said he hates us. And you know what? I understand.
So
we're not great.
We're on top now.
Well,
yeah.
What else are you watching? What else are you consuming these days?
Well, I'm actually about to watch Lost City. What is that? What's it called?
The new Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum movie.
Yes.
The Lost City.
The Lost City. That's it. And you're about to see that too.
We're both about to see it tonight.
Different theaters.
Unplanned.
You're seeing it in normal movie theater.
Yes.
And I'm seeing it in Dolby because I'm a Stubbs A-list member. AMC, go ahead and sponsor us.
He's a fancy boy. I am also a Stubbs A-list member. I just didn't want to drive to the fancy theater.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
North Lake is kind of our home.
Yeah.
It's worth the 17-minute drive for me.
This one would be a good one for like the nice Dolby situation. I need a recliner seat and a can of wine.
There you go.
I'm fine. Are you excited to see this movie? Do you know the plot of the movie other than it's Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum?
I know the general plot.
Okay.
Meg did kind of lead this. She initiated this ticket buying. But I was like, it'll be fun. I kind of get Jumanji vibes.
Yeah, same.
Which I absolutely loved. So
also, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I know you're married, but if that ever changes. Hi, my name's Corinne.
I mean,
shoot your shot.
You got
shoot your
it,
shot,
right?
guys.
On national television.
Yes, because this is television.
No, I'm excited for this movie. The plot is Sandra Bullock is a author of romance novels, right?
Love. Yeah.
And Channing Tatum is her book cover model, and somehow she gets kidnapped, right?
I honestly don't know much more than that, and also that Daniel Radcliffe is in it. And I
guess
Daniel
we can
Radcliffe.
pull up.
True. Hold on, we have the iPad here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the synopsis of The Lost City. Reclusive author Loretta Sage, great name, writes about exotic places in her popular adventure novels that feature a handsome cover model named Alan.
Oh, that's me.
Oh my God, you. While on tour promoting her new book with Alan, Loretta gets kidnapped by an eccentric billionaire who hopes she can lead him to an ancient city's lost treasure from her latest story. Determined to prove he can be a hero in real life and not just on the pages of her book, Alan sets off to rescue her. Wow.
Yeah.
Exciting.
It's gonna be funny. That's why I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going
It's gonna be a fun 2 hours.
Yes.
It's not gonna be the Batman or anything that will be at this week's Oscars, because the Oscars are in a couple days.
No, it's gonna be funny. I mean, the plot just already sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
She's writing romance novels, and this rich person thinks she knows where hidden treasure is that she made up in a book.
I'm kind of surprised Sandra Bullock did this movie.
When was her last movie? What was her last movie?
It was a Netflix one that I did not see.
Oh, that's why.
And there was also Bird Box, which I did not see.
I did not see it.
And I think before that was like Ocean's 8, which I very much enjoyed. But that, as a woman.
Yeah. I think she'll be great with Channing Tatum. It'll be a good duo.
2 attractive people in the jungle. I mean, like, honestly, solid. Solid day.
That's all you need in life. So, Corinne, you were tasked with watching Breaking Bad, and you chugged through the first season. You chugged through the next, how many episodes of the second season?
8.
8. And it just wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me. No.
Tell us more.
So at the Littlefield company, we have monthly rocks. We have a professional and a personal rock that we try to strive towards to hit. During the month of January, Mike discovered I had never watched Breaking Bad. And he swore to me he has yet to recommend Breaking Bad to someone without them loving it by the second season. So I said, you know what? Okay. Season 1 and 2 all together is about 17 episodes. I can do that in the month of February. I'll watch it. We get to February 28th, and I have about 10 episodes left to go. And I did my darndest.
It was pretty good.
I think the crucial thing that made me dislike it is I did not have a single character I liked other than Jesse.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. I understand why people like this movie or TV show.
Sure.
But truly, Walter White is not a good person, and I couldn't
get behind it.
I was like, the first episode is one of the most depressing 45 minutes of my entire life.
Yeah.
And not in a fun way. Like, it's just everything is bad, and then we're going to go to cook meth?
Right. It's too much. I get that.
And not to paint a bad picture of Albuquerque, New Mexico, but like what a horrible, ugly place.
It's ugly. It's not pretty.
If this was happening in like the Pacific Northwest, I think I probably would be more into it.
But that's the point, right? Of course.
Yeah, everything is just awful.
Yeah.
Do you have a TV show that someone made you watch recently that you were like, this is not good? This isn't, I will not say it's not a good show.
So
I just didn't hook me. And there are other TV shows I would rather spend my time.
Did you watch This Is Us?
Oh, I watched like the first season of This Is Us, and then it just became like torture porn.
Because it is torture, and I get vibes that you would love that because it's so dramatic.
The first season of This Is Us is a great show. The first episode, the twists are great. And then it truly is just like, oh my God, we're adding on cancer to this, or like we're adding on like an adoption. Ugh.
now that's how I felt about Vampire Diaries, actually, which I loved.
Love that you've just brought up Vampire Diaries, because you know what I did last night? I rewatched the first episode of Vampire Diaries.
Me and my roommate in college, I don't know, he's like, I heard this show was good, let's watch it. We watched the first episode, and I was like, I cannot believe we're watching this. This is horrible. And I think we watched every episode, every season.
I never finished it.
Well, how many seasons are there?
5, I think.
I think we finished it. But, once you hit season 2.5, 3, it just gets even more ridiculous. They keep adding in characters, and then they go through the same things. But, oh man, those first 2 seasons are gold.
Speaking of, I just love that. Oh, first of all, going back, can't believe that you watched Vampire Diaries.
You have to.
It's one of those moments in life where I'm like, I haven't thought about that show in years. And now you are the third person within this week to bring up the Vampire Diaries. So it's having a renaissance.
I love it. I don't remember too much about it, but I remember there's certain characters I absolutely despised because they would just ruin everything, which was, what's her name? The witch.
Bonnie.
Oh my goodness.
Watching the first episode again last night at like 10 p.m. couldn't fall asleep.
Ooh.
My best friend was texting me that she was watching it, and I was like, you know what? I'll put this on.
You have to.
I don't remember a single plot line.
No.
I fully forgot why it was happening anyway, but I do remember as soon as certain characters came on screen, I was like, oh, you.
Everything flashed back.
Oh, you horrible, horrible person.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Riverdale?
Oh, God. First season.
Because the first season is great. The second season, it jumps not even just the shark, it jumps like the entire pool of sharks.
Yeah, I think first season was the only one I watched. I looked forward to the second one. I started watching. I was like, oh, this is not this first season.
This ain't it.
Yeah.
Did you ever dive into like Supernatural?
No.
I think you're too young.
Have you watched Cobra Kai?
No.
Oh man, you want another one of those shows? That's another one of those shows. It's not great.
But you're not watching those shows for like.
It's ridiculous.
No.
They're all in high school.
Breaking Bad.
They're karate chopping each other. They're literally launching each other off stairwells in school. Mm-hmm. It's pretty bad. But it's entertaining, and that's why we do it. Obviously. Back to the shows that I was recommended that you didn't like, which I wanted to like.
Yeah, I really wanted to like Breaking Bad. I was excited.
Right. So, coworker Caleb,
the one and only,
recommended me to watch F1 Drive to Survive. Now,
which is sweeping the internet. People love this show.
They love it. I think it's super cool. And I was like, I cannot wait to get into this. I watched the first 3 episodes and I'm like, it's sick. Like they're racing, the cars are crashing. It's cool. But there wasn't that, I want to watch the next episode vibe. And I kind of just stopped. I'm sorry.
Is Caleb so mad at you?
Yes. He's booing. And I'm honestly sad, but I think I'll try to keep chugging through. Mm-hmm. But that's one of those shows.
I feel like there's no not too many shows that have like premiered recently. There's so much good television, like quote unquote good TV,
Right.
and nothing is grabbing my attention. I did the other night binge all of the first season of Starstruck on HBO Max.
I've not heard of it.
Great. If you like a Fleabag, this is your show. And the universe was working in my favor. I watched all of the first season Wednesday night. Loved it. It was like 8 episodes, half hour. That was it. Thursday, got home from work, turned on HBO Max. The second season dropped that day.
That's deadly.
What a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
But great show. It is about, it's set in London. It's about a New Zealand woman who has a one-night stand with a guy, and he ends up being very famous, and she had just never heard of him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the dream?
Honestly. That's why I went to London. Didn't happen, though. It's basically Lizzie McGuire. In Rome. It's the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Now, what is this new show on Netflix, Reinventing Anna?
Yes. About the scam artist Anna something. I don't know much about.
You haven't watched it yet?
I have not watched it yet, mostly because the accent of Anna is so grating to my soul that it's difficult to like go into it, which is also kind of how I feel about the other one that I can't think of that they just talked about with Amanda Seyfried.
I don't know.
The Dropout. Thank you, Mike. I watched the first episode of The Dropout. Really liked.
Sure.
And her voice is very difficult to listen to. But it's a little bit easier. It's interesting that we're in this wave of like scam artist TV shows. Because there's also We Crashed, which just came out this week with Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway.
Oh, Anna Hathaway.
About WeWork.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
Oh yeah.
It's called We Crashed.
We Crashed.
We Crashed. On Netflix? Or
On Apple TV.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. But Inventing Anna, many people I know have watched it, have very much enjoyed it.
Okay.
I would just rather, watch an actual documentary about her.
Okay. I get that. Yeah, I just saw it on my Netflix and I was like, we were like, I heard this was good. Should we, jump in? But I've also had a couple friends say you need to watch Peaky Blinders because I haven't seen that yet.
Peaky Blinders is good. It's one I go back and forth into. I don't, which is how I do like Shameless as well. I love Shameless, but I can't watch like every night. It's too much. Like once a week I'll watch an episode.
I see. Yeah.
Do you miss the days of like have to watch television where it's like Friends is on Thursday nights at 8 and that's it?
No, I don't.
Oh, see, I do.
So I grew up and I would watch Kenan and Kel.
Oh, so good.
And they would have the 2-part series or 2-part episodes. And now I think these are definitely reruns.
Oh yeah, because those were airing when I was a kid and I'm
right
a little bit older.
So those were reruns. So I don't know. I was 12 or something, and I would watch them, and then it would just end halfway through. I was like, "What is going on here? I just want to watch the next one," and it wouldn't be till next week or whatever. And I was like, "No, can't do that. Can't do that." The Netflix binge is real, sadly.
Did you? Again, you're a little bit younger. Did you ever have a TiVo?
No, we weren't. We didn't have. I mean, I know what it is. We were not a family that had one, unfortunately.
TiVo changed the game.
Yeah.
Truly, I miss the sound of like the people. It was a great remote. It was easy to use. Yeah. TiVo was awesome.
I had friends that had one. We'd go over, and they'd just skip the commercial. I'm like, what are you doing there? Oh, we have a TiVo. We're skipping. What do you mean? And then, records everything, and you just get jealous, and you go back home and be like, I don't want to watch these commercials. Dad, can we get a TiVo? No, I'm not paying for that. No, okay, cool.
My parents got a TiVo as a gift for my grandma.
Genius.
Awesome. Except, I don't know if my grandma didn't realize this or was like, whatever they'll do with it.
Right.
It's a monthly subscription. So then suddenly my parents were like, well, we can't return it. or else Grammy's going to be upset with us. So I guess we're now paying for TiVo. And these were parents who we never had HBO. We never had Showtime. It was basic cable with the Golf Channel extension and whatever ESPN one we needed so my dad could watch the Boston Red Sox.
Right.
That was it. Very basic. And suddenly TiVo changed the game.
Yeah, my parents still don't watch Netflix or Hulu, and I'm like, they still pay for cable, and I'm like, this exists, right? It's $10 a month, not even. You're paying $80, and anything you could ever want is on here, even sports. So
sports. I think sports will be something we never really talk about much on this,
well,
except for F1.
If me and Tim get on here, we could do some damage on sports, like QB1. Oh, we could talk about QB1. Anyway.
Well, with that, hopefully the next episode or a couple from now, we'll get Tim on here and you guys can just really riff on some sports.
We'll go on sports.
But thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Alan, thank you for talking a little reality TV with me.
You got to keep it interesting. Not all these people want this deep drama stuff.
Gosh.
You want surface level entertainment. That's what the people want these days.
Yeah.
That's why TikTok is booming. And that's been Media Diet. Thanks so much for watching and listening. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Have a great one.